Hi, good evening everyone. This is Saman Patra. Hope you're doing great. As you know that we have started our initiative Let's Talk Mental Health, and this is the season 3 which is going to be end by tomorrow. And it's been a great journey, and I'm sincerely grateful to all our guests who are coming and sharing their insights. And for today's session, we have invited Srishti Asthana. She is a psychologist, a mental health advocate, and a social worker. So she has joined us, and I'm going to invite her right now, and she'll be sharing it. So, Srishti, I've already invited you. Kindly accept it.
Hello,
Hello. Hi,
am I
Srishti.
audible?
Yes, absolutely. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. So, welcome, Srishti, for our live session, and I'm really thankful to you so that you have given your time for this session. And so, before we start, I would like to I've given an introduction about you that you are a psychologist, you are a mental health advocate, you are also into social work. So, before we proceed ahead, I would like you to give a small introduction about yourself.
Okay, thank you for having me for this session, and I really appreciate it because I just feel like it's another platform to raise my opinion on mental health and its importance. So, with that, I'd like to just say yes, my name is Rishti, of course, and I'm a
Okay.
psychologist. Basically, I'm a multitasker, so I'm engaged with multiple things like social work, mental health advocacy. I do a lot of live sessions. My Instagram page is just like it's like a blog of mine where I speak a lot on mental health and related topics. And apart from that, I
Okay.
work as manager learning and development with a company that does corporate behavioral trainings. So,
Hmm.
with a lot of companies like Tata, NTPC, we do workshops and behavioral trainings. So that is
Okay.
a bit good, my multitasking profession. And yeah,
That's really
that's
nice.
about it. Thank you.
Welcome. So, Srishi, I would like to. My first question to you would be: since how long you have been into mental health and uh, doing or advocating about mental health or spreading awareness about mental health? So, since how long you've been doing this?
Okay, so funnily enough, I finished my master's in 2018. It's and people get really surprised because they think I'm a seasoned professional, and I feel really grateful
Okay.
that I leave that image on people. So
Hmm.
properly in the industry, I've been for about 2 years now. But mental
Okay.
health advocacy and social work and doing mental health programs and workshops and awareness campaigns that I've been doing since first year of college. So it's been about 6, 7 years now that I've been speaking on the issue and trying to do my bit and contribute towards it. So
Okay.
yeah, that has been my journey so far.
Okay. That's really nice. So, my first question to you, as you are into mental health and we are also into mental health. So, what is mental health according to you?
Funnily, I was actually, someone had asked me to make a video on mental health and what it is, and I was looking up, like, I mean, obviously, I studied it in college, but then I didn't recall what is the
Right.
World Health Organization of mental health. So it says the absence of mental health illnesses, so the absence of depression, the absence of anxiety.
Okay.
So I don't completely agree with that definition. The absence of a disease does not mean that you're like absence of a clinical disorder does not mean that you might not have some issues that are there because
Hmm.
a lot of people they're doing excellently and their moods is relatively stable, but then you know different kind of personalities, different kind of triggers, different kind of reactions, and so
Absolutely.
definitely, the absence of mental health illness is obviously one very obvious criteria. Apart from that, I think if you're at the end of the day, I'm going to simplify it. My approach is very simplistic that people can understand, no bookish definitions here. So,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, if you're able to go to bed without your phone, without overthinking, without sleeplessness, without trying for an hour or two to fall asleep, and you're content with your life, I think you're
Yep.
mentally well. So
Correctly said.
yeah. So I think so. I mean, I might be wrong, and someone might differ with my opinion here, but this is what I feel about it as a person in this industry.
Absolutely. See, I'll tell you one thing. I have been into counseling and I've been into like after my NLP and all, it's been almost 5, 6 years. And I've been into all these things since a long time. And what I believe sometimes, if you are, if you're completely peace of mind, right? And when you before, as you correctly said that before going to bed, if there is nothing in the mind, because see, there will be always something or the other in the mind. But if something is not bothering you, or if something is, you're not stressing on something, and peacefully you are sleeping, you are taking your rest, it means you are mentally fit. But if something is
Yeah,
bothering us, if something is, we are putting our stress into it, then there is something wrong going on in the mind, right?
definitely. Yeah.
So my next question to you is, how about spreading awareness? So what are the different platforms or what are the different, modes and ways to spread the awareness? Because in India, what I have studied, we lack awareness. Most of the people,
Of
maybe
course.
more than 90% of the Indian population, they doesn't even know what is mental health, because mental, the word mental itself signifies pagal,
Yeah, of course.
right? But
So, like I
mental is not only pagal.
yeah. So I was doing this internship in first year of college, and no one
Hmm.
knew the name of the hospital. They were like mental hospital le chalo. So everyone knew it as
Okay.
mental hospital. It didn't have a name. So that is sort of how it is treated, and it's unfortunate. And so with health advocacy and awareness, if you're, I think individuals when they're waiting for a platform, that's where they're mistaken. You need to start with your life. You
Absolutely
need to start with everyday, day conversations you have with your friends, with family,
true.
with society, and take a very strong stand on whatever is wrong. Like, for example, casual usage of the word pagal, or there are a lot of people who have so many misconceptions about what mental health issues look like. There's such a scary image in people's heads that even when someone says that I'm
True.
depressed or something, they start correlating mental health issues with something very dramatic and exaggerated. Thanks to brilliant movies
True.
like Bhool Bhulaiya and all that, we have half of the population who thinks absolute nonsense about mental health issues.
Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing. The best, as you given the example of Bhool Bhulaiya, I would like to give a best example of the recent movie which came last year, Joker. That's one of the best movie to understand a person's, mental imbalance and how
Mhm.
he or she goes through when the imbalance comes into a human mind. So Joker is
Mhm.
the best example. So अभी तक जिन्होंने देखा नहीं है, please do go and watch this movie. It's
I'm
amazing
not.
and brilliant.
I actually am not like a big fan of movies, and but I've heard a lot about that movie, and what's the scary part? A lot of people like recognize a part of themselves in that character. They resonate with that character. So that is
Absolutely
I think Joker is like a dark character with a dark past, and that's what I
true.
know. I mean, how people represent it, and there are so many people who are associating with that character so deeply. So
Absolutely.
it's problematic. Yes.
Absolutely. See, I'll tell you one thing. What I have learned in life and with experience, one thing that, time always remains the same. Situation always remains the same. आज COVID है. Today people are, very scared about the COVID-19 pandemic, coronavirus and all these things. But I'll tell, अभी तो ये कोरोना है ना, पहले भी बहुत सारी चीजें, there was TB, tuberculosis, there was cancer, there are lots of disease, right?
Of
There are
course.
lots of viruses which happened in the past, and maybe pata, we don't know. We even
Hmm.
didn't know about COVID. In the future, what may come, we cannot assure about it, right? But
Definitely.
situations always remain the same, but it's how you take it, right?
Yeah, of
आपको
course.
एक, there's a very great saying by Mr. Shiv Khera, one of the
Hmm.
famous speakers. तो उन्होंने एक चीज बहुत अच्छे से कहा था कि हर किसी की जिंदगी में ना, लाइक, सिचुएशन एक जैसे ही आते हैं, लेकिन आप उस सिचुएशंस को पकड़ के रोते रहते हो या उससे सीख के आगे बढ़ते हो, वो आपके ऊपर है. यू
Hmm.
करेक्टली सेड कि वो जो डार्क कैरेक्टर एंड ऑल.
हर एक की जिंदगी में सिचुएशंस एक जैसे आते हैं. आई थिंक मतलब हालांकि everyone experiences the same level of stress and same level of being emotionally triggered by the situations, but
True.
some people definitely have it a lot worse than other people. But I've seen
Absolutely.
people who've been through childhood trauma doing so well for themselves, and despite of having suffered panic disorders at one point, they're still optimistic
Yes.
about life. They're going for therapy, and they're proactively taking steps towards better life. And then I see people who come from what they called a privileged background, and they've given up. So I think
Hmm.
it's like it's very varied how people perceive, and how like the smallest thing can be like a huge trigger for people, and then the huge things might, for a resilient person, go that way. So, yeah, I might have confused you
Absolutely.
a
See,
little bit. Yeah.
no, no, no. I got it. Because see, every humans are different, right? And we need to respect that first. Every humans
Yeah.
are different, and every humans, accepting and grabbing things towards it. May be any situation, people.
Yeah.
It can be different, right? We go and watch a movie. For example, you and your friends go and watch a movie. You might intake something different than your friends, and your friends might intake something different, right? So
Yeah.
observation is something different for each and every person. So now
Yeah.
comes to my third question to you would be, um, this pandemic have actually changed a lot in most of the people's life, right? So, and
Mm-hmm.
during this pandemic, we have seen there are lots of suicidal cases have increased. There are lots of mental health problems like stress, anxiety, depression have increased a lot. People have been isolated since a long time, lockdown, because of lockdown and all, and they are not able to coping. The coping mechanism or the coping system of people, it is really lacking.
So
So,
I'm
what is
smiling at
your
the question because I've been asked this question so many times now. So I'm like, okay. Uh, of course, it's a current issue, and it needs to be spoken about. And I've been
Mhm.
saying this, everyone say this here as well. It's not like something new has happened during the lockdown. It's just you're facing your inner demons now. Like what you used to do,
Absolutely
you used to keep running from your problems, running from the feeling of void, running from your marital discord, running from your issues with your parents, running from everything. Now you're just in front of it. So what you make of
true,
this situation perhaps can reset the tone of your entire life, you know?
true,
So all the mental blocks you have regarding your relationships, regarding your health, regarding this and that, this was the opportunity to work through it. I mean, whatever
absolutely.
is left of lockdown, I think we should absolutely embrace it and sort of introspect and work on our own limiting beliefs and limiting mindsets. So,
Correctly said.
if you discovered that, during the lockdown you feel X, Y, and Z and it's negative, it's always been there. It's just being highlighted now. It's not that because of the pandemic you've gone down. It's because there were some
True,
emotions you were not dealing with, you were escaping, and now is right there.
true.
Yeah.
And I would like to add something over here. आपने बोला ना जो there are lots of demons, inner demons, and all these things, and depression and stress doesn't happen all of a sudden. These are all small bits which already
Mhm.
exist in the mind through lots of various events in our life, and it
Mhm.
already exists, which ultimately burst in some or the other form,
Yeah.
right? एंड बहुत लोग पूछते हैं, लेकिन हमें भी बहुत बार पूछा गया है कि लाइक हम हाउ डू वी ओवरकम फ्रॉम द प्रॉब्लम्स एंड पैंडेमिक को हम कैसे ओवरकम करें एंड कैसे हम इससे बाहर निकलें। तो मैं बोला कि बाहर निकलने की जरूरत नहीं है। इट इज नथिंग वेरी मच बिगेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स विच हैपेंड ऑन दिस प्लैनेट अर्थ। तो आपको बाहर
Hmm.
निकलने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको भी अच्छा टाइम मिला है। इफ गॉट इनफ
Yeah.
टाइम, आपने you correctly said regarding the self introspection, realize
Yeah.
self realization करो, self introspect करो, and then find, you can choose a altogether different career, you can choose a altogether different mindset when you sit
Yeah.
and introspect towards yourself.
You plan the rest of your career. I mean, everything that uh, you don't find the time to think about. You don't, like no, in under normal circumstances, you're just so drained out with your routine that you don't give time to the more important things. So, like people who are
True,
single, they can think about the kind of partner they want to find, and what are the mental blocks that stop them from getting that ideal partner. Or people who need to switch their
true,
careers, they can plan what steps they need to take, what degrees they need to take, what experience and internships they need to take to switch the career. So,
hmm,
and have some sort of an ideal uh, health in their mind. So, how to reach there slowly? How do I change my diet? And yeah, I think
Absolutely.
this is the situation for that. Yeah.
Sometimes I laugh at people when they ask these kind of questions. मुझे हंसी आती है. Literally, I'm telling you, after the age of 60 and 65, when we become, it's a bracket of getting old by the government, but I don't feel that. You become old when you actually feel like, your body and your mind are not capable enough to, think or do something of their own, of their self, right? Until then, and that age can be at 80, 90, 100, doesn't matter until you are physically fit and mentally fit, right? So again, after the age of retirement, after the age of 60, 65, I would say, normally I've seen people, in the surrounding and in the environment, I've seen people, हमें अगर वक्त मिलता तो हम ये कर सकते थे, हमें अगर टाइम मिलता तो हम ये कर सकते थे.
You know,
अब जब
externalized locus of control, like full of like this went wrong, that went wrong, family
absolutely
didn't support. I mean,
true,
like there are people who with such less resources do end up making a lot out of their lives. And I think if just people can take up responsibilities radically, like okay, whatever happens, happens, I'm going to give it my best, then life will be completely different rather than sitting and
absolutely.
waiting and yeah.
Absolutely. So after the age of 60, 65, जब बोलते हैं हमें वक्त नहीं मिला, अभी तो वक्त
Hmm.
मिला है ना. This the 3, 4 months, we got this time to utilize it, to update and upgrade our own skill set even, right? But
Yeah.
even this time, during this pandemic and lockdown, I've seen people are completely negative, talking ki what will happen in the future. मैं बोले कि say stop focusing on the future because nobody knows about what's gonna happen in the future, right?
Yeah.
We don't have control over the past and future. What we all have is the present.
Hmm.
So, Sashi, next question to you.
Hmm.
Being into mental health advocacy, okay, and being a psychologist, what will be your piece of advice to all the viewers who are watching us now, or maybe in the later, that during pandemic, or doesn't matter if it is pandemic or not, or even after pandemic, I want to focus on this question is how to balance your emotions.
See,
It may
balancing emotions for
during
emotions to go out of
after.
balance. Acha,
Mhm.
okay, you're saying something. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I was saying during pandemic and after pandemic. दोनों टाइम में कैसे बैलेंस रखना है इमोशंस को.
Okay.
Yes.
So, first of all, for emotions to go off of balance, it's not a 1 day, 1 month event.
True.
It's like a gradual series of, in 90% of the cases, there is like a gradual insidious onset, is what we call it. So, slowly, the disorder or the disbalance creeps into the system. So, it
Hmm.
happens when you are not paying attention to yourself, when you're not prioritizing, you're not listening to your body, you're not listening to your own needs,
Totally.
when you're understanding, when you're neglecting yourself and you're not prioritizing your own needs over other people's, for example. And a lot of these factors that slowly build up, and diet, meditation, lack of meditation, a lack of routine, lack of sleep cycle, all of these things are just leading to that. So at the bottom line, if you can come down and correct these basic things, if you can actually work out for 20 minutes each day, do justice to yourself, take the like cycle or walk to your workplace, or do some sort of exercise, do meditation, reflect a lot, spend a lot of time alone. So people try
Hmm.
to avoid spending alone time, and that's very problematic. And I think after the pandemic passes, and spending time alone does not mean Netflix on karke we are watching it for hours. It means we're able to sit with ourselves and reflect on all the good and bad things that have happened to us, so that
Hmm.
when good times come, we don't become so elated that we're like, we want this. Like, we don't try to catch
But
it and hold it and turn it into something permanent, because life is ups and downs. And then when a dip comes, you don't absolutely go under the ground. So, I think good
true.
or bad, you need to have balanced emotions, and that will only happen if you can maintain your lifestyle that is in alignment with mental health. So,
True.
I think reflection, introspection, self care, meditation, exercise, and all these basic advices, if you can actually implement them, you'll go a long way in, maintaining your emotional health.
Absolutely. Completely correct. Thank you so much. And I would like to add a couple of things over here. So when we talk about emotional intelligence, because I train people on EI, emotional intelligence. So normally what I talk with people is this, see, emotions is something, we are humans and we are emotional human beings. So emotions hai, so there will be balance, imbalance. There will be both of these things simultaneously. It will be going. Okay. But whenever an emotional imbalance happens, when we either overthink a lot about something or either we assume a lot about something, right?
Yeah,
Something, somebody, doesn't matter. And again,
yeah.
emotions plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. You can say this is the root cause for each and everything because our emotions connects to our thoughts. Our thoughts are connects to our words that we speak. Our words are connects to the actions that we do in life, and the actions are connected to the habits which we create.
The
Right?
thoughts are connected to the emotional response in the body. So that
Absolutely.
is, yeah.
Absolutely. So everything is interconnected. See, if I am happy, so what kind of thoughts will come into my mind? I'll be happy, like happy thoughts,
Yeah.
happy memories and all these things. So,
Mm-hmm.
and again, it connects to directly with our lifestyle even. So again, if you want to change your lifestyle, we have to change our emotions even. We have to understand emotion first of all, because many people don't even understand their own emotions.
Mm-hmm.
When we
Of
talk
course.
about relation, yep. So when we talk about relationship and all, people say, "वो मेरे emotion समझती नहीं है, ये वो मेरा emotion नहीं समझता है." My first question to them: do you understand your own emotion first of all?
What do you want? Yeah, that, of course, people have, and ऐसा सन्नाटा छा जाता है when you ask that question to clients that do you know what you want in the first place, and then they come up
Absolutely,
with some contradictory, clashing sort of value systems, and yeah, like definitely people don't know what they want.
absolutely, and
So
I think there was a bit of a network. Huh, it's okay now.
so can't help it.
It's okay.
Okay, so Srishti, we are coming to the end of the session right now, and I'll be asking you a final question. That do you have any personal experience of your own wherein you have gone through a mental imbalance, and how did you overcome from that? Did anyone help you, or did you come out of that problem or that emotion by yourself? If you want to share
So
it.
I think, unfortunately, okay. So I've been fortunate for these experiences because they make me sensitive towards people and their journeys. But unfortunately, when I was going through the ordeal, I had to face it alone. And then the
Hmm.
aftermath was so intense that I had to seek help. So I
Okay.
think if I reached out and seeked help while I was going through the struggle, life would have been much simpler and easier. So I think I've been through like a rough teenage sort of like when it comes to emotional difficulties and
Right.
like and I have a so if you go to my page and I've very straightforwardly put up my story there because if I want people to speak about it, I need to be an example of that. So I've very candidly opened up. So
Absolutely.
I come from a family background of mental health issues. So I have the
Okay.
genetic disposition. I've had the environment that can trigger various issues in me. So luckily it didn't
Hmm.
trigger something disproportionate, but yeah, like I've had my bouts of depression in phases, and definitely I think for the longest time I was like, I'm a psychologist. How can I seek help or all these nonsensical thinkings? And then one day I just decided that enough of this nonsense. Let me embrace, my own profession. Let me see what a therapist can do for me, and then it was really beneficial for me. So I'm very candid about my
Absolutely.
own journey on this line because you cannot be an example if you are scared of sharing it. And I was terrified of sharing it. That's exactly why on an open social media platform, I'm like, okay, here you go. This is my story. This is and but now this is what I'm doing with it. This is what I'm doing with my narrative. This is how I'm
True.
trying to bring change in society. So yeah, I've had my fair share of mental health challenges, but and I did seek help after one point. And I always had this thought in my head that if I, sailed through this and if I manage through this, one day I'll be working on this and I'll be saving people from going through this. And it worked out at the end of the
Absolutely.
day. So when you have that vision in your head, I think it can sail you through anything in life.
Correctly said. And I would like to add one more thing over here when you were talking about the story and all these things. तो नॉर्मली ना लोग सोचते हैं कि यार आप तो साइकोलॉजिस्ट हो, आप तो काउंसलर हो, आपको ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स कैसे हो सकते हैं? मैं बोलता I tell them before being a counselor or a psychologist, we are humans, and humans
Humans.
go through lots of emotional imbalance, and there is nothing
And
wrong in it.
ironically, some of the best therapists that I've met, because obviously I've studied psychology, I know a lot of therapists. The best of them in the lot are pretty sensitive people, pretty emotional people. They're deep
Yes,
thinkers, philosophical, and that's why they care so much about people to get into such professions in the first place.
true, absolutely. I
Yeah,
completely agree on this.
yeah.
Right. So, Srishti, thank you so much for joining us today. And I
I think
think,
there are two questions. Yeah.
yeah, I was just going through the questions. So, we have a question over here. We lost a friend because of this same reason, lockdown depression, and now there's just nothing but void. How do you deal with such loss, especially when you were already had anxiety issues? Please answer this.
Okay. So grief is a very complicated issue, definitely, and you won't feel better about it till you don't. So, everyone has a different duration in which they cope with such issues and such major life events.
Hmm.
So, don't try to be strong, don't try to be rough and tough. Just face your emotions, deal with it, and accept it. And don't push yourself to accept it even. When it happens, it happens. So,
Right.
but if you find yourself becoming dysfunctional because of the emotions, please do seek therapy and find personalized guidance. But until acceptance comes to you, until and there are phases and steps of accepting grief
True.
and letting go and everything. So one thing that I've seen working, one small technique that people do is when someone passes away, to make peace with that person, because there's a lot of things that people think they wanted to say to the person but they couldn't get it across, is like simply writing a letter to that person, penning down all your thoughts and your emotions, and then just uh, letting that piece of paper go. I don't know, tearing it, burning it, whatever works for individuals. So that touch always,
You are giving a scene of Jab We Met.
no, yeah, you know what? Humans really like drama. It really
No,
works.
but it
It feels
works.
very,
But it works. Venting out, it works. It can
yeah,
be in
yeah,
any.
yeah. So, like, definitely, it really works if you try it. If you will see, I mean, I've done it. I've seen so many people doing it. I've seen it working with so many
Hmm.
of my clients. So even if you don't feel like writing a letter, closing your eyes, imagining that person in a room and saying whatever you have to say, telling them, okay, I make peace with you and I let you go, and you just ask, you peacefully let them go out of the room, and like sort of visualizing that. Once you're ready for it, try to do these exercises, and if you're not ready, don't push it, and give yourself time, because grief is something very difficult to deal with. And yeah, that's what I'll have to say.
Thank you so much, Srishti. And it was a great pleasure having you over here. And
I'm
do
so
we have
sorry,
one?
I just keep leaving questions unanswered. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can answer the question.
How do you improve quality of thoughts except meditation? So, quality of thoughts, meditation is very important, by the way. I know people find it really hard, but just try it. Apart from that, I think penning your thoughts down, reflecting, sitting and writing that, okay, like what am I catastrophizing if this is happening? And like, where is my brain straight away jumping to? What is the worst case scenario? It's
True.
always thinking about, and sort of understanding that the probability of that worst case scenario is it's happening is like 1%, you know and
Right.
even if that does happen, humans are designed to survive everything, you know so trust your body and trust your own resilience and trust your inner strength, that no matter what happens tomorrow. Okay, with anxiety and catastrophic thinking, I think this really works. The more you gain confidence in your resilience and the more confidence you develop in your inner resources that I'll sail through all phases of life, this the lesser your anxiety becomes, because then
Hmm.
conscious is a little more convinced that you'll be able to survive whatever that life throws at you. So penning it down, reflecting, thinking of the worst case scenarios, um, talking to yourself that really, is this really going to happen? I've thought about this going wrong so many times and it never happened so far. Give yourself proofs. Learn to fight back with your thoughts. Don't try to run away from them. The problem is you
Right.
try to run away. Yeah.
So that's called, in a one single sentence, if I say that face your problems, you will never face problems. So once you start facing your problems, you will not face problems. You know, and that is it. It has been a great experience. You know, sharing these thoughts coming from you, and I'm sure that the audience who are watching us right now, they have got lots of insights by this session, and I'm really thankful to you that you've connected with us and you responded, and we got this session going live. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Srishti. Take care. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.